Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another broadcast of The Weekly with me, Neff. Please subscribe to the channel and share videos with a couple of friends. We're trying to reach 500 subscriptions, and every subscription helps us out with that goal. Some news regarding The Lord of the Rings. I'm sure we've talked about this a couple times. It's The Hunt for Gollum. This is a film that we said was going to be dropping in 2026, and that they were trying to figure out who was going to be back in this film. Old cast, maybe new cast, but it looks like we have some more updates on this film. It is getting delayed, unfortunately, so let's go ahead and read into it. The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum, delayed till 2027. There's been a lot of talk about Andy Serkis' upcoming The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum, which would reunite the original cast for this new installment. Viggo Mortensen, Ian McKellen, and Orlando Bloom have been asked to return in their respective roles. Serkis is now telling The Direct that the film's release has been delayed by a year to December 2027. He plans on shooting Gollum next year. This is a quote from him. Yeah, it's not 2026. It was originally going to be December 2026. It's going to be December 2027 now. We are right at the beginning of writing, and we will be prepping later this year. Prep takes a good chunk of time, 6 or 7 months, and then we will be shooting next year. So it backs into that December 2027 release date. Apparently, The Hunt for Gollum is set during the Fellowship of the Ring era, shortly before Frodo Baggins leaves the Shire for Rivendell. The film starts with Gandalf sending Aragorn on a quest to find Gollum. If you're wondering exactly how the original cast can possibly come back, all of whom have aged by 20 plus years, then Philippa Boyens, who is writing the script, recently confided that Serkis would be using AI technology and digital makeup to achieve that goal. Boyens adds that only Mortensen has shown hesitancy to return, and that if he refuses to star in Gollum, then he will have to hand off the character to another actor. This would be yet another controversial decision, and one that fans would probably not be too happy about. This whole project sounds misguided, but with Peter Jackson on as producer, I guess anything is possible. Something of note, it should be additionally mentioned that Serkis, Boyens, and Jackson are working on another Lord of the Rings film separate from Gollum, but no details have been revealed about the particular project. It is rumored to potentially occur after the events of 2003's Return of the King. So it seems like all these events are interwoven in between the trilogy. They are very interesting, to be honest here. Like I said, just a tidbit of news on the delay of this film. Not surprised at all. Seems like they're just waiting to shoot for a certain time, get all of their ducks in a row, so nothing to be too worried about, but interesting nonetheless. With that being said, ladies and gents, let me know what you think about this news overall. Are you excited about this film? Would you like to see another big Lord of the Rings live action film with some of the older characters that you saw before? Do you think this is possible to actually make happen? Do you think there's a lot of pressure on this team to make it happen, to be quite honest? You know, when you do have gaps in time, characters growing older, of course, and you try to bring them back. If the writing isn't there, if the production isn't there overall, even if the studio has changed how they look at the trilogy itself, this could be something that does not go in the right direction. Once again, Lord of the Rings is a big IP. You do have the Rings of Power, which I've heard nothing good about, obviously, but that's subjective. I'm sure there are some people that do like Rings of Power out there. But overall, I think Lord of the Rings is in an odd place at this point in time, just because I believe the standard was set so high with that original trilogy. So we will just have to see what the future holds, ladies and gents. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, please. Share this video with a couple of friends and colleagues. Let them know to subscribe as well. And with all that being said, it's Neff signing off. Be safe.